Our Chapter 1 topic is striving for freedom. In order to recognize freedom, it is also necessary to recognize what is not freedom. In this discussion, our panel member, the psychologist, would like to discuss the relationship between people and their motives of action.
We learnt previously that an idea given to me by somebody else becomes a motive only if it arouses within my character the desire to act. It was also said that we are free if we are controlled by reason rather than getting our ideas from others. Our mind is filled with motives that contain an idea or reason to act and a desire to carry out the idea. It is absurd to speak of a freedom where we divorce ourselves from our psychological makeup of ideas and desires. We are not free to determine what we want, because what we want is determined by our motives. Freedom does not mean determining what one wants, but being able to do what one wants. Motives are the goals we set, and they vary in strength. Some we want very much, and others are not as important. We always act according to the strongest motive. Our action is determined by whatever motive is strongest at the moment any specific decision is made. Since we are not free to determine what we want, the question of freedom is whether or not we are free to do what we want. Do I have the skills and supportive outer circumstances to do what I want, or am I being hindered or constrained?
If I am forced to act by the strongest motive, then the idea of freedom ceases to have any meaning. Why should it matter to me whether I can do something or not, if I am forced by the strongest motive to do it? If a motive that I think is unreasonable is forced upon me because of my character, or the circumstances prevailing in my environment, then I will be happy to fail in the action I am forced to carry out.
There are motives that we are conscious of, and consider reasonable. They do not force us to act in the way an unconscious motive does. There is a difference between a conscious motive and an unconscious urge. With a conscious motive, we can ask whether it is reasonable or not. We cannot do this if we act impulsively from unconscious gut reactions. The question is not whether I am free to carry out a decision once it is made, but how I come to make the decision. I am free only when I have full knowledge of the ideas that motivate my action, but not when I am merely able to realize the ideas that another person has implanted in me.
The problem is that our ideas are not normally strong enough to motivate us to act. When pure reason reaches up to the realm of higher ideals, we produce ideas that inspire us to act. This means that neither an idea given to us by somebody else, nor the desire that springs from our established character, influence our conduct. Our action is determined and empowered solely through its ideal content. The strongest motivation to act for free individuals are their highest ideals.